Welcome to episode 4 of the Tech Tuesdays podcast. In this episode, we'll be joined by Dan Cook, founder of WebHQ and director of AIServe247.
But before our excellent guest arrives, first we'll go through a bit of the newscast of everything that's run down lately in the AI tech space. So for all those watching, welcome, because this is Tech Tuesdays.
Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to tell you about something exciting happening right here in Worcestershire. TechFest 2.0, it's on the way, a 2-week festival celebrating technology, innovation, and the people shaping the future, taking place from 16th to the 26th of February 2026.
It's going to be absolutely jam-packed with talks, showcases, workshops, and opportunities to connect with entrepreneurs, creators, and curious minds from across the region.
And that's not all. This year, we're introducing something new, the Worcestershire Innovation Champion Award, recognition designed by Worcestershire for Worcestershire. Nominations are now open, so if you know someone who deserves the spotlight, be sure to put their name forward.
So if you're passionate about tech, whether you're a student, a business owner, or just curious about what's next, TechFest is probably the best place to be. Keep an eye out for all the updates and make sure you save the dates for Worcestershire's TechFest 2026.
For more details, visit www.worcestershire-techfest.com. We can't wait to see you there. Rightio, Dunstan, where do we even start?
Where do we start? There's
it's just been crazy.
Yeah. So what am I excited about first? I don't know, because there's like glasses tech, there's like robots, there's Terminators, there's this, there's that, there's new AI, there's vibe coding that's just taken on the world. Where would you like to begin?
Let's start with the robots.
Let's start with the robots.
That only happened yesterday or today.
Something like that.
Yeah, very current, very futuristic, very scary.
Yeah.
Depends which side of the coin you're on.
Yeah, so there's this new robot called the Neo robot that is supposed to be your friendly household cleaner upper. Yeah, it's not even a neighbor because it's in your house. I don't let my neighbors in my house without my say so. But this is kind of like you're a maid or a butler that can do the washing up, it can do the laundry, it can organize anything, all the unmentionables that you tend to leave around the house. It can do it in a discreet enough manner. I mean, there is this big old robot with kind of bulging eyes staring at you while walking around the house, but it's probably less invasive than having an actual person in your house. So
yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because at the moment it's not fully autonomous. It's currently sort of being piloted and it's being operated by a person. And I guess the intention is for the future ones to be autonomous, which really is just crazy. That's sort of thing you watch in movies and like you think that could never happen, surely.
Did you ever watch The Jetsons?
I don't think so.
It's like, I think it's 90s, and I'm showing my age. I believe it's 90s. It could be earlier. It's Hanna-Barbera. So it's like this whole futuristic 2020 something. Yeah. Years. But yeah, they have flying spaceships, they have robots in the household, and there was this like friendly old maid robot that used to go around with the Jetsons as well. This is exactly what's happening, except for this one's not wearing like an apron. Well, I guess you can put
Could you put an apron on it? I'll pay me an extra £200.
Yeah, but I think the crazy thing is kind of one, how quickly this has come together. And this isn't even, I don't know, I should have expected this sooner, because this isn't technically AI yet. This is just robotics. And this is just humanoid robotics so in its current state, you can remote control it. So you'll have an engineer who is in some far off of the place who's able to control the robot while in your house. So it's the same aspect of having kind of a real person in your house where they'll go around and clean and everything, which is why it can be so precise. But this person's just controlling the robot from probably, New Zealand or somewhere, wherever they want to summer for their time being. The autonomous bit will come probably quite soon after its release. Right now, it'll be open for early adopters with the know-how that all the data that it collects while it's being used will help train the AI to make these fully autonomous. Would you ever get one of these things?
Ooh. I'd have to read their 300-page TNCs because it's cool, but equally I don't know how I feel about having a robot in my home that obviously the footage is being captured for purposes of training. What else will the footage be used for? Not that I'm doing anything dodgy in my house, but don't really need anyone to see me walking around in my underwear kind of thing. But I don't know. Like we were having this conversation earlier when you were saying that about the Roomba Hoover, and this is just a natural next step. Yeah, I don't know.
Now that I think of it, I think I probably would. I talk myself into these things because the pricing structure, it's $20,000 if you want to own it outright. I think for 3 years. I can't remember. I'll have to double check on that one. But it's $20,000 to own a robot, but there's a subscription model for about $500. All of this is in dollars. It's being produced out in America first before it gets introduced anywhere around Europe, which is weird because it's a European country, but company. But either way, so it's $20,000, which is like a nice enough car, or you can get this robot. And my thing is, you have a phone that is obviously collecting data as it is anyway. Your iPhone collects it takes an image every few seconds to just understand the world around it. I don't know if you knew that, or if I'm just putting that out there. So your phones, the camera on your phones, they do take pictures every now and again. And I can't remember exactly why that is. I think it's because facial recognition.
I was going to say probably something to do with Face ID.
Because it wouldn't just, it's got to always be check and see when there's a face to be recognized. So it's always doing that. And I don't know what Apple does with our data.
Yeah, and same way, I don't know, Alexa or Siri or Gemini, how do they know when you're going to say, hey, Siri, or sorry, that if I've triggered anyone to Siri right now. So they might always they must be always listening. What they do with that data, great question. I love it when I'm talking about a trip I want to take and then the next thing I see is an advert for it.
That's exactly right. And these kind of things, like they talk about Ring doorbells, they can be hacked, and people have hacked Ring doorbells. Will these robots be hacked? Will people be able to hack these robots and then kind of go around your home and then kind of scope the place out before they potentially, put the physical people in to rob you?
Yeah, you've just opened a can of worms. That is very true. Like any technology, it can be hacked. And that's a huge safety concern, isn't it?
Anything that can be used for good, someone will find a way to use it for negative reasons. And then we were talking earlier about what does the future of war look like? What you've got war in its classical sense of using robots to fight each other instead of using humans, but you've also got like bomb disposals, being able to dispose of bombs in a safer manner. There's already robots that do that, but these are more humanistic humanoid robots that can probably do more can't say the word, but dexterous or whatever the term is, kind of capabilities within them. So that through a whole, it's just a hacking thing. I think that would probably put me on my tiptoes. How safe is, I don't even care about the data anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those, once you come to the terms with the fact that your data is already being used literally with every single thing you do.
Maybe we can trial it. I might put that to Gary.
Anyone listening want to give us $20,000?
Yeah, I'm sure we can find a space in the budget because they know we can just subscribe because the subscription is $500 a month, which is what, $450 in British sterling. That across a year. I don't know how much a maid costs because I'm not in that tax bracket to afford a maid. I'm not even going to bother look just in case I can get one because that'll put me in my lazy stage. But if you compare it to the current maid industry of them coming into your house and personally and doing everything this robot can do, what's the cost differential between that? Is it really more cost saving to have a robot around the Malvern Hills Science Park? Oh, maybe I'll have a chat with Alan. I really want to see this in person. So I'm going to have to coerce someone into doing this.
But, at what point is it though where it's just, I don't know, like you said about having a maid, would having a robe would just be sort of a status thing or like a gimmick to show off, I can afford a robot rather than a real maid type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, or is it going to be the cheaper version?
Yeah.
And will maids, like real personal maids, be the expensive? I'm the rich dude who can afford a real person. You can't even afford a real person. Look at you with your little metal robot. imagine being in school and that's the bragging rights. That my daddy's got a real maid. your daddy's still rolling with a robot. Private school systems could be changed.
It's great how you could never predict which way this conversation will go. Every time we start this, I'm like, where is it going to end?
I miss old school bullying. Just bully me for being rubbish at football. Why not? Not because my dad's got a real maid and yours doesn't. Anyway, you can see where my mind goes. But talking of robots, Amazon has been in a very weird state of affairs lately.
Laying off thousands of employees, aren't they?
I believe it was either 6,000 or 600,000. Don't quote me on any of this. But yeah, definitely look into the stats of it. Or it's going to be a mascot in the US. They're starting with the US first because they want to kind of streamline a bunch of their processes. A lot of the robotics sector and the AI sector is taking over what a normal human would be able to. I say normal human because the talk of augmented humans is starting to become a thing. But a regular person, a humanoid, is able
Are you a fellow humanoid?
Yeah, are you a fellow humanoid? But I also saw that they're now planning to issue smart glasses to their delivery drivers.
Right, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so anything to do with the route planning and where the houses actually are and things like it will automatically take an image of the package being delivered when they're handing it off and all that kind of thing. For security purposes, they can see routes and maps and all that kind of stuff on display on the camera. So this is different from anyone who's met me in real life. No, I'm a big fan of like the Meta glasses. I wear them. I was probably one of the first people around really to kind of early adopt and get into the smart glasses space. They've just developed in the US and it was released this month. And when I say this month, I'm talking October 2025. The Meta displays, which is the upgrade from my glasses, which makes me feel very jealous. But these new Meta displays provide a color visual overlay on top of your lenses that no one else can really see. It's a weird new technology of kind of splintering light in a certain way that only you can see and no one else can see. But this is a whole new way of interfacing with AI technology in an augmented real world environment. And they're planning to use it with Amazon drivers as well.
So they will be using the Meta glasses.
They won't be using the Meta glasses. Amazon have developed their own
technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the same-ish technology. It's not as good as the Meta one. It's not as consumer friendly as the Meta one. It's more like a green. It's just a single color overlay for the thing. They still have cameras in the lenses. In the glasses. But it's just a green lined out overlay so they know who's what, where, how, whatever. It's very simplistic, whereas the Meta ones, which are consumer friendly, they're very color visual and it's very realistic in what you're able to see. So it's basically like a full on display. You can be watching TV. Since it's Meta, it'll be Instagram Reels. You can watch Instagram Reels on your glasses, what it looks like you're paying attention in class.
Yeah, we always go into these gray areas, and it's like you can fully see like the intent that there was to like develop these glasses and the really good use cases, but then there's always so many use cases where it's like, should you be doing that?
Yeah.
But going back to the Amazon ones, I wonder whether it would just be an internal thing or whether they're eventually for your next Amazon Prime Day deals, you'll be able to purchase them for your own to compete with Meta. That would be interesting. But I can see the use case there for the drivers, like a positive one,
I'll show you here. I'll give James the video so he can kind of overlay on some part if we put this section out to video. But you can see there how it's kind of overlaid. You can check packages, you can check who they are, it kind of scans them and all sorts. So it's making it a lot easier. It's a lot safer
Yeah.
for the drivers. It's a lot safer for the personnel who've been delivered to as well, because you can kind of
Yeah.
verify whether or not it actually has been delivered.
Yeah, they don't have to take out their little handsets to take a
No,
picture of it.
there's no need necessarily for body cameras and all that kind of stuff that can be cumbersome. These literally sit on your face and they can record the whole show, really. It's just whether or not they can be tapped into via the main frame, and how much it actually records. Is it recording your conversations while you're talking about your boss? And then all of a sudden you get fired by your line manager because you said they didn't give you enough overtime, or whatever it might be. I don't know. I don't work for Amazon. But yeah, it's an interesting world. Once the meta ones do become released in the UK, I'm definitely getting the meta ones because I'm just a geek. But I'm very interested in the kind of smart overlay glassware, because that will soon be a thing basically everywhere. You'll be able to turn your window into a TV screen. You'll be able to turn, I don't know what else is glass. If you want to watch TV in the actual glass that you drink from, I guess you can if you wanted to. Anything at this point is becoming possible. It's going to be a weird application kind of world.
Yeah. It's one of those where it's like you could do it, but should you do it? Is there the niche of it? And obviously, we're not saying anyone's developing a drinking glass that you can watch Instagram reels on, but someone probably is, to be fair. All right, I think that was a good little chat that transpired completely differently than I thought.
Yeah, probably did. One quick thing. I'll quickly mention this before we leave off. And if anyone wants to talk to me about this, I'll be very intrigued about your thoughts. Quantum. Oh, quantum is becoming more and more real day by day, and it's amazing. So Google have just done a verifiable quantum test. They've given a quantum machine a physics task that worked out about 13,000 times faster than the top supercomputer in the world. And this is a task that can be verified by the supercomputer and both by the quantum machine. So this is why they were able to quantify the output. This is the first time that something has been able to be quantifiable and verified out of quantum computing. And this is now leading into the role of quantum encryption and what the future of quantum looks like in society. Now, the reason why I wanted to point this out so quickly before we head on to Dan's topics is, if we got robots, they're going to be cracked. we're talking about robots now, but we're going to need quantum resistant robots then, if we're going to stop them from being infiltrated and taken over by the bad guys. So I reckon this is a whole sector that we're really going to have to, I reckon in the next year, the way that kind of news broke and how quickly, and they've also done quantum teleportation, which is a real thing. Yes, it is. So what? Just what? Quantum teleportation, quantum computing. Quantum was only a thing I ever listened or talked about with Quantum Leap. You guys probably don't even know what Quantum Leap is. It's like an old-timey show when someone jumps through a portal and they go into another universe or time. No, it was time travel. But yeah, quantum is becoming a thing. I'll be very interested to talk to anyone who wants to kind of discuss what quantum really is about. But yeah, this kind of blew my mind off, because no one knew how early on quantum would come. Some people were saying 50 years, some people were saying 10 years, some people were saying 5 years, and it's looking like next. So yeah.
Watch this space. Every time you talk quantum, I can feel the cogwheels turning in my head. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a whole mess at the moment. But I do plan to do more work in explaining exactly what this means for society, because it's like AI. It takes a lot of learning. It took a lot of understanding before people realize how beneficial or unbeneficial AI can be for the planet, and what that means as a social construct and for businesses. I do plan to put some stuff together to help people understand or be at least a bit quantum ready or quantum aware, just to get a bit of knowledge on what the next shift. Because if you think AI was a shift in technological advancement, quantum is like a whole level. So yeah.
On that note, let's get Dan in and let's have a chat.
Woo, let's go.
Okay, welcome, Dan. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. It's a real pleasure to have you here. For the benefit of the audience, could you just quickly introduce yourself, what you do? Just go from there.
Yeah, so I'm Daniel Cook. Funny enough, I grew up in Bewdley, just down the road from here.
Oh,
so it's nice to be
are
back
we
in
going
Kidderminster
Bewdley today?
We're going Bewdley after this.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to do there, to be fair. But yeah, so I'm Dan. I'm the director of WebHQ and AIServe247, which was built after the incubate program with BetaDen. WebHQ has been going about 4 years now, and we're slowly adopting AI, I should say, although we're burning through a lot of tokens.
Yeah, I was going to say slowly. I wouldn't use the word slowly because you're one of the first people I spoke to us that's talked about like vibe coding and kind of implementing it in your practices fully. So even when we had begun these the AI one-on-one workshops, you were already implementing all the AI works and everything that it takes to kind of streamline your business a lot more.
What's interesting is it's moving so fast, you feel like you're behind.
Yeah. I'm definitely with you on that.
It's really hard to keep up though, isn't it? Because it's changing so fast.
Yeah.
But so you started AIServe247 after the incubator. Do you want to talk a bit about what that actually is? Because I know a little bit. I've done a little bit of research, but I just want to understand it a bit better.
So I came into the BetaDen incubate program because I wanted to build a product, because we're very much a service business where we find a problem, solve it for someone, then find a different problem for someone else and solve it in a completely different way. It's not repeatable really, other than the process we follow. So I wanted to build a product that we could resell on a license basis. At the start for me, that was, can I actually get a contact form that actually works? I can list hundreds of ways these things fail, especially on WordPress with all the plugins and rubbish that goes on most WordPress websites. So I thought, let's build a really good, simple contact form that I can resell. And now it's in the hands of all my customers. So they're all using that, and I don't think it's gone down, so that's good. But whilst doing it, I thought, why do most people go to a website? It's to find out information. It's normally to get in touch. Let's face it, most people don't even read a website anymore. They just hammer the phone button or send an email. So I thought, can't we build some sort of decent chat now that AI is where it is, that actually answers your questions for you and gives you the answer you're looking for, not the answer that's written on the website.
Yeah. So how do you go about putting something like that together? So are you giving it like kind of like what Notebook LM does, and you're giving it a source database of just everything, or are you leaving it more to semantics? So you're using a model to kind of interact and give its own interpretation?
No, in honesty, it's really simple. Currently it's GPT 4.1. Need to get it onto GPT 5. I manually go in, look at the business, interview them face-to-face or remotely, spend at least an hour really getting to understand them. And then I will create a prompt based on that and then try a couple of iterations. And we've had some interesting failures whilst testing that. So it's definitely worth testing these things. But no, I'll just train it. And then if they've got any brochures, you could stick sort of 80 pages of A4 into a GPT-4o and it can happily recite stuff from there.
Okay. That's cool. So you're not doing because I know a bunch of people who are either doing it your way or they're using like NA10s or they're using make.com. You've just gone to pure prompting.
I want to make sure it gives the right answers. Yeah. So I've got a couple of examples recently where I've said we're doing something for company A over in, say, Staffordshire, and it's gone, company A is actually based in Leeds, so I'll give you all the info on that. No, it's just another company with a very similar name. And that's happened a few times to me. We actually sent a proposal to the wrong company because AI got
confused.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, it is quite a bit hard to. Well, it's getting better. I guess with ChatGPT 5, it has gotten better with the hallucination aspect and kind of the knowledge base it has. But didn't it come out the other day with Elon Musk saying it was impressive that it was asked a question. ChatGPT 5 was asked a question and it said, "I don't know."
Yeah, that's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, instead of saying full-heartedly, "Yes, I know the answer and this is the answer," no matter how wrong you think it is, it said, "I don't know." And that, for some reason, triggered in my brain as a scary point in turn for where AI is going, because now we're not able to criticize it as much. The further it goes down this rabbit hole of, self-awareness of I don't know what the facts quite are, but I'll find it out another way, the more it becomes more autonomous on its own.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very scary thing for me.
But it's definitely a step in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because so many people just take whatever ChatGPT spits out for granted. It's so good that it can say, oh, I don't actually know, rather than just making something up. But I can see why you think that is scary.
Yeah, it's scary in a good way.
Yeah,
like this whole revolution
it's impressive.
It's an impressive revolution that we've gone through, and it's just I'm excited about it more than anything. The applications for it far outweigh the negativities around it. But so does anything. It's the same with cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've kicked off a AIServe. You're still doing WebHQ. They're kind of like a bonded network.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
One feeds the other.
But where did this whole Dan Cook legacy start? So where you grew up in Bewley.
Yes.
And then what got you into this kind of IT tech work? Did you start from like school and then you was like, I want to be in tech and all that kind of stuff from a school age, or did you go to university, or how did your journey go?
No, at school I wasn't really sure what sort of route I wanted to go down, but age sort of 13, 14, I went to work for my dad in the summer holidays. He was building software and websites. So he literally wrote HTML syntax on a whiteboard and went, can you write some of this and produce a blog post for me? So he'd find all the little tasks that he had building up, feed them my way. So I'd be creating little blog posts or pages and widgets on websites. I never quite got the hang of JavaScript when you wrote it on a whiteboard, but yeah, I used to do it every summer and sort of got more into it in 2016. Growing up in Bewley, there's not many jobs unless you want to get a paper round, or now you can work in Tesco, but I got rejected there. So yeah, that one was ruled out. I failed the test.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's some sort of...
No way.
Yeah. Some weird questions got asked on that test.
Tesco.
But I kind of had to go, right, well, I want to just find work and fulfill it and build up a little business. So from sort of the age of 16 onwards, I was finding clients unofficially, of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
Doing little projects for them, started getting involved in websites and found that websites are quite a nice repeatable thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I see that you did a computer science degree? Is that correct?
Yeah, I went to University of Surrey. I thought we were going to see all these great professors and, like Alan Woodward, he's very often in the news. Jim Alcahilly from the physics department, those sort of people. So yeah, I went down to Surrey. I actually realised that you don't actually get much contact time. It's kind of, you have maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. A bit more early on, but finally it was very little. Yeah. And the rest is for you to sit there for sort of 6 hours and get on with it, or go out and do other stuff that uni kids do. So
yeah, all that fun stuff.
Apparently you can actually do your whole degree in a 9 to 5.
What?
Your typical 37.5-hour week. You could actually do a degree if you just sat down and got on with it.
No, so did you live at Surrey while you was at university?
Yeah, went down to Guildford, which is £6 a pint back then. So
yeah,
it was very expensive. So that's why I was working on the side as well, self-employed.
Yeah,
and I did a placement year, which was the best thing I did because I learned more in 2 months on the job than the first 2 years of uni.
Okay. Would you have ever thought about so you did the whole placement thing and you found it quite beneficial to yourself? Do you think you would have been in the same space without it?
No, definitely not. No, it shows you what actually goes on in the real world of software. Because I was at a bespoke software agency where I was working on, I think, 6 projects over the year.
Yeah.
And it taught you sort of what was best practice, what code should actually look like. And you can really see it. We take on a lot of placement students, and you can tell the ones that have worked on an open source code base or looked at what's best practice versus the ones that have done what the teacher has told them to do, which I don't think the teachers actually know in a lot of cases how to write code.
So where did you get your business acumen from? Because we were talking to Free Agent Dan about how he came to be like who he is, and the way he came. He always wanted to work in real estate, and he kind of just went through. He saw how other people did and things like that. What got you into it? Was it just a need for all right, I need to make some money, and Tesco said no, so I've got to figure out a way to do this.
I mean, I've been sort of, it seems like I push a lawnmower. I was mowing my granddad's lawn for money, sorting his neighbours' gardens out and washing cars. So I was always trying to find ways of making money growing up. And I found websites was because at least a hosting contract, which is repeat revenue or quote unquote passive income if you get it right. So, I was always looking at ways to get more money in. in creative ways. And it's the people I grew up with. My dad was always doing this on a self-employed basis.
Yeah.
My granddad had his own garage painting cars, which is funny because he was colourblind.
Was that a successful business?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, cars are much simpler back then. And the people I worked for early on, like James, I've known him for about 12 years now. He was one of the first people I got out and found to work for. I've seen his business grow and grow over the years, which has been really good. So it's just seeing people graft away and wanted to sort of do the same.
Is there any advice you will give to other people who are like trying to start the same way and try to do it on their own, that entrepreneurial life?
Stop planning, start doing. Don't do anything don't do business plans, don't do anything on a pen and paper, just go out, meet people, find out what problems they need solving and just do it.
Okay.
You'll learn so much quicker from failure.
Yeah, okay. So you've probably seen like all the ups and downs of like how to go through this kind of lifestyle yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeez. Yeah, that will stress me.
You just have to keep getting out there and seeing more people. I turned up to see an old customer who I hadn't spoken to for a few months. He just gave me 3 projects just for turning up.
Really?
And big projects, yeah.
Okay, so you've got that grafter in you.
Yeah, you just got to go and see people. That's the best way, I think, and just don't sit there planning.
Yeah. So you've been on this since about 2021. What were you doing prior to that when the whole COVID stage happens then? So
my placement year was about 14 months at uni. And after that, I did final year, graduated, then went back to the same company in Slough. So I was working 9 to 5 in the office, building bespoke software for people like Experian and some other big companies.
Yeah.
It was nice to see some projects through start to end as well. Because I'd worked on a lot of projects where the code base had been around 2 years. And I had to sort of understand why someone had done that, what it did. Lots of code that I didn't really know what it was doing. So it was nice to actually start a project from scratch there as well.
Yeah.
And COVID hit. They said you could work from home. I was living in a 6-bed HMO in Slough. That was terrible. I'll never go back to that. That was motivating. So as soon as work from home happened, I literally packed the car up. The suspension broke, I think, on the way home. Moved back to Bewdley and worked from home there.
Yeah. A whole bunch of calamities, but it's led to kind of everything that's happened now, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Which has all been very beneficial. That's quite interesting to see kind of your point of view on how you came through. You just literally went for it, and I always had admiration because it's the same with Dan, and it was just like, you just saw something and you just went for it, and you just like, whatever happens by the end of that. How did you learn the business side of it?
Through failure, a lot of failure.
Yeah.
A lot of 3 a.m. emails that weren't very nice.
So you've really just had to, you basically learned on the job.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Definitely. Every time you make a mistake, your contract gets improved, and the way you propose it next time gets improved. So you don't end up with a blank check building a 300-page website when you've quoted for 3 pages.
How do you navigate through that without the fear, or do you still have the fear of, you're prepared to fail, but that could affect then your client list. So if you end up providing a bad piece of work to a client and then they refer it out in a negative manner, how do you overcome that and you just keep striving forward?
I don't think that's happened yet to my knowledge.
Okay, so you're one of
the... Yeah, but that's my own detriment normally. I'll estimate something's going to take half a day and it takes me a week, and I just accept it to keep a good reputation. So
yeah. I get, well, you're a nice guy, so I guess you keep good faith with any clients you have anyway, really.
Well, the easiest way of getting new work is being referred.
Yeah.
So it's not, when you say you learn from failures, it's not so that you fail the client, but you're more so failing yourself in terms of time scales that you maybe could have charged a bit more there because it took longer than anticipated.
Yeah, gives you a better understanding of your model, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
And you mentioned you do take on, was it students sometimes?
Yeah, we do work experience. I think it's quite nice to see early talent and sort of help them sort of get what I got early on through work experience as well. Okay.
And do you ever do like the apprenticeship schemes or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got 2 apprentices through TDM, the local training company.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer these days. I mean, if I could tell myself, if the options were as they are now, I'd say learn on the job, go and get an apprenticeship, spend 2 or 3 years at a company.
I've been having this conversation more and more because it was a different day back when probably we were up and coming and going to university, because everything was about you need this and that, you need to go to university, you need to go into debt if you want to be successful. Whereas now more and more people are like, oh wait, I can make money while learning. I can get my practical knowledge up. I can get my kind of community base up and all my networking done while I'm getting my qualification. So I always say so.
And you still get the same sort of level qualification at the end as well. So it's no-brainer if you're that age, obviously.
Yeah.
I also don't think it matters anymore. After 2 years of experience, that's the thing that matters, not and being able to show up on time and all that sort of stuff, not what's on paper, to me at least.
Yeah, the CV base is changing from qualification to experience these days, which really makes you question what the future of learning is going to be, especially with the AI age coming and everything. So you take on apprentices, you take on like part-time work and things of all of that nature. Do you take advantage of any of the schemes going out there? Have you ever looked into Skills Boost or any of the grants that are available to you in Worcestershire?
Yeah, some really useful stuff actually. Skills Boost has been really good because it's meant I've been able to get consultants in that charge consultants sort of money.
Yeah.
Only pay half of it and give that benefit to the apprentices, so they can ask someone who's got 20 years of experience.
Yeah, that's
sort of shortcut the route to
that's really good.
Code.
Yeah, no, because it's been there for, I think they have extended this year as well, so you can still make use of it up until March. I don't know, as the growth up.
It's a really good scheme.
Good. And what is your future looking like? What does Dan want to be in the next 5-10 years?
I'd like to not have to juggle 50 things a day. Because the way I work is I try and protect the apprentices' time so they're just focused on one project. Yeah. Because I know that if they keep getting pulled around left, right, centre and having to look at emails and phone calls and stuff, they don't really do anything well.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of taking the brunt of that at the moment, but that needs to change.
Well, how many are in your team currently?
It's 2 apprentices, 1 0 hours, and then a sales director as well now.
Yeah. And I'm guessing in the future you'll be looking to grow.
Yes.
How big do you envision yourself kind of going? Where do you see yourself? Are you doing this for, like lifetime and you'll be in this forever? Or are you thinking, okay, I can do this, start something and then go for an exit or something?
I think WebHQ is the sort of thing I want to keep running, say 40 years as a lifetime thing. Whereas there might be opportunities to do something like the AIServe thing where you think, well, I want to build it and sell it in a couple of years. What's the opportunities there?
Yeah. Take multifaceted, diverse your portfolio, as they say.
And do you think those 40 years you'd still be running from Bewdley?
We've moved to Worcester already.
How are you finding Worcester?
So much better.
And do you think Worcester is a base where you could stay?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
You just got a house, didn't you?
Yeah. So I'm fairly well tied to the location now.
Yeah. We still got to go out for a drink.
Yeah, definitely. Get the decks out as well.
Oh, yeah. You need to come down. You did. He was out last weekend. Yeah. No, that I think you'll find like a great base in Worcester. And I know we've spoke, which we'll probably speak about after this anyway, but kind of forming more of a partnership with yourself and working on the future, because what we like to do at BetaDen is kind of reinvesting success.
Yeah.
So like, even though we've helped you in the past, we like the fact that you can then come in from all the knowledge that you've learned and then help grow the next generation, especially in your kind of space with tech and AI and kind of websites and everything that you do. You do a lot actually now that I think about it, because you're not really modest down. When I first met you, I thought it was just websites and things of that nature, but you actually have quite a wide remit now. You do personal bespoke builds, don't you?
Do quite a lot, yeah. Our focus now is software. Especially mobile apps, because the app stores are such a pain to work with, but that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't just vibe code it and get it live in a day.
Yeah. What's the business process difference like for that? So from what you was doing before to now going into full-on software?
It's not really. So the best thing I did with websites is when we got busy with software, I decided I'm just going to build a website in a day. I'm literally going to sit there with ChatGPT, because that's the way I did it back then.
Yeah.
Fed in my template I built, sort of effectively vibe coded it before we used the phrase. But the most important part was sitting down with the customer face to face for a few hours of that day.
I understand.
Gathering all the content, gathering what they actually want, and you can agree it in a day. Whereas if I've built websites that have lasted 6 months, 9 months, and it's a very similar website to what you can build in a day now. It's just by sitting down and focusing, a bit like we did on The Apprentice when they all sat around a table, debated it and got it done.
It's quite that kind of back and forth, so you can just get it done quite a lot easier.
So it's just trying to create a repeatable process and bake in maybe a weekly or fortnightly meeting and try and make sure we're ticking boxes to get things done.
You're kind of like a more bespoke version of Lovable. I would see it as, because you can give a client exactly what they want, because you have that knowledge base, and which is why I always say the human will never be left out of the process when it comes to AI utilization, because you'll still need the specialist to either double check the work or to make those bespoke changes that only you have the knowledge and the factor to be able to pull off.
Yeah, I think software now, you're more of an architect. You have to know what to ask as well. Yeah. And the big thing that I've learned from Musk actually is question everything. They'll say, I want to do X, Y, Z. It's like, why? Okay, I want to get more sales. Well, why don't you scrap all that and do it this way?
Yeah. So in your personal opinion, this is going to be a big question. And I apologize because my brain runs at like 2 million miles per hour. Where do you see kind of like the UK going with this AI kind of forefront? Because the other global powers are doing quite incredible things. So where do you see our fit in this whole thing?
We're in a weird place with the political situation, because I've got a few customers where we've done some private AI projects and they go, we don't want on American servers. That makes things a lot harder. So you go, okay, I'll just stick it on a London Azure instance. Oh, no, you can't. So AI Foundry with a GPT model, as far as I'm aware, when I last looked, you can only go for Spain and France, where I guess the energy is a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So to say the UK is going to be at the forefront of AI, we might be at the forefront of using it, but not at hosting it. Or
that's been my issue. It's the ownership, it's the patents, it's who really has data is key, and data is where all the money is at, and it's the ownership of the data that I'm worried about where the superpowers are going. Whereas America and China are very much leading the way on their basis, and they're developing super data centers that my brain can't even fathom the size of. And we're still here trying to figure out how to do simple policies and things of that nature. It's so much red tape.
I think that's where the companies that start, it's like looking at Microsoft Word and even Google Docs, they're both terrible with their implementation of AI. It's one of the worst things I've seen.
Yeah.
But it's because they're 20-year-old technology now, or however old Google Docs is, with AI slapped on. Whereas ChatGPT is amazing because it's built from the start with that at the forefront of it.
Yeah, I guess it's a different way of thinking because they come in with AI as their main base, whereas these other models are adapting AI in a sense.
Think if you look at the old school high street banks, it's the same with them on their mobile apps versus, say, Starling and Monzo, the new kids on the block. Because they started with an app, you do your face verification on it, everything's done on the phone, it just works and it's slick.
Yeah, okay.
Don't you sort of have to rethink the business and build it with AI at the front? Or you also have to go, why are we doing it this way? Can we question this, change it?
Are there any tips you would give to companies who are trying to utilize AI about how to go about it the right way?
Jonathan from BetaDen made a good point. AI is a bit like, you've got to treat it more like a human than a computer. It's obviously it's not deterministic.
Yeah.
So you've got to put the guardrails in, you put in with a human. You don't just, on day one, you don't just put it out there and let it go and speak to people.
It'll be like a bumbling baby at that point. I always tell people, treat it like a teenager. You need to give it very exact kind of instructions, because if you tell a teenager to do something, it'll take liberties on this way or how it's supposed to be done. You can tell a teenager to unload the dishwasher, and he'll probably pull it out and put it just on the side. They'll not think about putting it back in its drawers and things of that nature. So you have to be very, very sure on what you want it to really do.
Definitely.
Well, you seem to have adapted to it fine.
Yeah, but we still have bad days. I mean, I got sent down a rabbit hole with Gemini yesterday.
Really?
Simple WordPress change where I hadn't really taken it in. I just given a bit of a heads up because I help with a couple of agencies who are good at design but less good at writing the code. And I spent all day trying to figure out why these buttons weren't appearing in the Divi. WordPress is terrible and Divi's terrible, but it's the technology that was in front of me. And these checkboxes just wouldn't appear. It's like, okay, let's update the plugin. Let's try downloading it to do a fresh install, all of this stuff. What it was is they vibe coded some CSS and made it apply to everything that hid the checkboxes. So they should have been appearing, but because they've written some dodgy CSS, it was hiding them.
Do you find yourself spending more time than checking code rather than creating?
Yes, I think it depends where you're at though, because if it's a brand new build, you can vibe code it in minutes now. I can build a website in minutes if I haven't got to use WordPress.
Yeah.
But once it's in production, it's a whole different beast, especially if you use something like Cursor, which they're pushing.
What's Cursor?
Cursor is a bit like VS Code from Microsoft. It's a fork of that, I believe, but it's very much built with AI on the side. So it's like Copilot, but done quite well.
Yeah.
But their vision is, as far as I'm aware, their vision is to make it so that anyone, it's a bit like Lovable, you could type anything and it will just sort of code for you.
Yeah, so it uses natural language.
It does. But then it's introducing agents that go and optimize things that don't need optimizing. And, we didn't think you needed this function, so we deleted it. Great, you just deleted the key feature. And it's always been the way of coding, is you'll make a change on this little function here and it will break something in a completely different section that you wouldn't ever have thought that was connected to it.
Okay. Would you consider yourself an early adopter?
No, I feel we're late. But then there's other software companies that have banned AI altogether. So
yeah, what do you think that is?
Worry about where the data sits, which is fair enough. But we've just got it in the contracts that we're openly using these tools. We can charge more and not use them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as you're open about where the data has been stored. Most people, to be fair, don't really care too much. But if you are using sensitive data that affects your clients, then that's where they'll need to know. But as long as you're open about it.
But there's also, you're employing someone to deliver the thing. I'm not really fussed how you do it, but it's your name at the end of the day to that line of code you're committing.
Yeah.
I don't care if AI broke it. It's you that pushed it. It's you that tested it. It's still the person that's responsible for it. So I think companies are probably going, we don't want to take on junior developers who will just stick it all in ChatGPT, not think it through for themselves.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for their brain power after all.
Yeah. And you think that's a worry? Because the more AI comes through, the less people will start thinking. And the more people are currently thinking that AI will solve all their problems, so they're not generating the skill set that's needed to even check what these codes and these AI models are actually doing.
Well, that's my problem yesterday, Gemini. I went down this rabbit hole. We started really over-engineering something really simple on WordPress and thought, why don't we just use blog posts and use a category? And we just took it back to basics and suddenly it works. Yeah,
sometimes it overtakes, or you end up over analyzing what could be just a simple job. We always say when we do our workshops, if you need, don't use AI to do 2 + 2. Like, you know what that is. You don't need to go through the whole logistics around it. So there's good use cases for them.
That was an eye-opener for me though, when I saw someone type what's something plus something into ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You're actually using it as a calculator, which now I get because it runs Python, but I thought I could train it to say 1 and 1 = 3 and it would spit that out happily with confidence and tell me wrong if I tell it otherwise.
It's only based on whatever it learns on. So like, it's a very boring piece to understand. I'd always say as well, the clock face one, like a clock face will always come out as 10 and 2 on ChatGPT because that's what it sees across the internet. That's all it knows.
If you want something funny, ask it how to wire a plug and it will draw a picture. You could put it on the screen if you're doing any video of this. But it's, every time I've asked it, it does it different and every time it's wrong. Like the Earth will be going into live, or they'll connect all the pins together.
So and it's those kind of things you got to be wary of, and why we always say human in the loop, because you'll need an actual electrician to know what they're doing to be able to fact check whatever is coming out the AI bar.
Yeah. So
we still need the knowledge. You still need to go to school to understand these more simple aspects. But someone like me who doesn't know how to do that, I'll just look at it and be like, oh, okay, so that's it. And then you just buzz straight through. How are you like with kind of discerning now with social media and everything that's on the internet and this political landscape, what's real and what's not?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, we're generating some of that content for a customer right now that would have paid models and hired a studio and put clothes on and all that stuff. He's already got all the pictures in 2012 of people wearing the things. So we're just using AI now to stick different backgrounds in and turn them into videos and all sorts. And the results are questionable. Some of them are better than others. I need your advice on which tools I should be trying, but using Google VO3, if I take 20% of the video it produced, like just trim it, 20% looks okay. It's when people morph together and stuff that you can't show that.
Yeah. And is that for video work or is that photography stuff?
A bit of both. We're trying to take a static photo and turn it into a video.
Okay, yeah, I've been trialing and erroring a whole bunch of stuff like that, and I use a lot of like Photoshop and stuff as well because I've been implementing more AI into their things. Yeah, they've got like simple stuff they've had around for years, which is like background deletes and things of that nature. But now you can delete stuff from moving videos using After Effects. There's some AI plugs into After Effects. There's Firefly, I think it's called Firefly AI that Adobe has come up with, so you can now generate stuff using them. But I haven't messed around with absolutely everything. I ain't got the time. I try. It's hard to test all these stuff. But the reason why I asked is because we wanted to play a little game. I don't know if Daniel's told you about it.
I don't think I have, but
okay. So
let's play a game.
Yeah, we have a game with all our guests that come on here of can you guess what is real and what is fake with AI. So we're going to put up a series of images. You're going to have 10 seconds each, and you have to decide which one is the AI generated and which one's the real image. And then hopefully, if I can remember which one is real and which one is fake, because I have messed this up in the past, then yeah, you'll get a point scoring system. I think who's got the most points? Someone, I think 3 is the most. That's the one that's, yeah.
Didn't Jake get like pretty much all of them?
Did he get all of them?
I can't remember.
We'll have to double check.
I'll have to listen to the old episode.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Trying to hide this away. So, okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So first image, left and right. You got birdies on the way. Which one do you think is real? Which one do you think is fake?
I think the one on the right is real. The left one's fake.
And that is
the wrong answer.
Not off to a good start. So yeah, the left image is the real image. The right image is Gemini banana, nano banana.
Okay.
Yeah. So
can't you do one with 6 fingers or something?
yeah, give it some kind of hint. What I did for this one, I plugged in the original image and I said create something similar. And then it came up with the one on the right. Okay, next one. Which one's real? Which one's fake?
Left one's real.
Copyrighted. And the answer is yeah, that one's right. The left one's real. The right one's fake. Once again, I plugged in the image from the left. And I said, make it a bit more stormier, but not too much that it looks too fake.
What gave it away there for you, Dan?
I'm literally guessing.
Yeah,
it's that good.
Yeah, I did. When I searched the real photos, I said world-class photos. So I did generally look for pictures that might be a bit difficult. All right, next one.
Right, time to count fingers. The one on the right is real.
And the one on the left is fake?
Yeah.
Okay, I can reveal to you that those are fake laughters on the right.
There you go.
Yeah. So the left one is the real image.
Yeah.
Once again, Google search through. The one on the right was a text prompt. So I just told it people sitting in a park on a park bench laughing together, and then it came up with all that. So even the pointing of the girl on the right to whoever and the dude with his hand in his face and stuff like that, it just thought of all itself. And this one is a real image of some party. It looks like somewhere in America.
What? That was through Gemini?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
That has come a long way.
And I did do the same kind of finger counting and everything, and it looks all kind of legit and correct. The lighting, especially through her hair here, that lighting, when you're doing compositing as like a photographer or whatever, that is difficult to replicate. Yeah. So I don't know how it's doing that because it's the same with this one, but yeah, incredible stuff. All right, so 2-1? to AI. I'm doing that in football terms. You've got one right. You've got 1 out of 3 right. Okay, ready for the next one? Taking up the cuteness factor.
I'm going to go with the one on the left is real and the one on the right is AI.
And here's where I tell you, you are not right.
There we go.
The one on the left is AI generated. The one on the right is real. And I think the text prompt was something along the lines of kittens in a cat bed together. A bunch of kittens in a cat bed. And
what tool was this?
Gemini.
Okay.
So all of these were actually done through Gemini just because I was lazy.
Yeah. Well, shows how good it is.
Yeah.
I'm paying for Gemini.
And I think it's a VO3 as well. So yeah, it generated all that itself, and that one's a video from Canva. So it's one of the Canva stock footages.
To be fair, you don't know if the Canva stuff's real or AI.
They have a different section
for
the two. So they have their own stock images and then they have their own generated images. So I'll make sure to pick stock.
Because I feel like that's where we're at now. It's like you see a video.
It's harder and harder.
Social media.
When I'm sourcing the original ones, I have to double and triple check where it's coming from and who done the photography or who filmed it and such, because it is like you've just shown here. It's harder to tell if it is really real or not. It's getting to that point in time. Ridiculous. And here's the last one.
I'm going to go for the left one's real.
And I can tell you...
You failed the kitty again.
Yeah, the left one's the AI image. The right one is the real image. Daniel, you got this one right before. What made you think that the left one was
the left one just looks too perfect. Like the light looks too good. Whereas with the right one, it just looks a bit more natural.
They're saying this with music. I mean, some of the best guitarists have out-tuned guitars.
Yeah. The stuff that they're doing in the music industry now for with AI is kind of that one worries me because in the sense of you'll always get good music going forward, but they're not real. Who owns that? Are you just gonna have a bunch of record labels producing poppy music that are just AI generated so they get 100% of the take? Or what happens to independent artists who are trying to make their way, but this AI bot which knows all of human history and able to compose the best of the best, and they can't quite match up? But then again, live shows.
I think that's the way it's been for the past 10 years though, since Spotify.
Yeah. Since LimeWire.
Yeah. I think you were an early adopter maybe, but I don't think anyone was really using that.
Since the days of pirating, I think it had to come down to, and CDs and MP3s, it had to come down to live performances, who you want to see live. But
even that, it had a peak after COVID. Everyone wanted to get out of the game, but now the industry's struggling a bit now, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But then what happens when holograms become more realistic and virtual worlds and stuff with VR headsets, and you can go see these AI generated videos of these people performing live in front of you?
Would you think it would be the case in, say, 10 years, you can just write prompts of what film you want to watch tonight and it will generate the film you want to watch?
Well, 100%. I wouldn't even give it 10 years because they've now developed, I can't remember which model it is, or if it's a multiple amount of them, where you can do a text prompt and it's turned it into a video game. So you can now have an image of something, you pull it into the model, you give it a text prompt, and then you can navigate your way through that image. It turns it into a 3D world, and that's why people are making jokes about, oh, we got this before GTA 6.
Yeah, cool.
So you can, it's going to change the gaming industry because AI is able to produce real world environments that look real, that look and feel real, which means the gaming industry that we have currently, which you can still tell is CGI made, no matter how good the graphics card is, or how good how powerful the machine is, it can't create what these AI models are creating. And the fact that we can now do this via prompt and you can now discover these worlds, it is going to change what that gaming industry is going to look like going forward.
The energy consumption is crazy as well. I bought a MacBook with about 48 gig of RAM to run some models locally.
Yeah.
And I took it on the train to Birmingham, forgot my charger. Normally that Mac, I can go 2 days without charging, I think. But by about an hour of prompting on there, I didn't look at the battery thing. It was down about half.
Yeah.
And it's so slow to run a 70 build model.
Is that what you're trying to do? A 70 build?
Yeah.
On a Mac?
Yeah.
No wonder it was slow.
Well, I like going for the best.
As if you really tried. I wondered if someone has ever tried and how slow that would actually be.
Oh, it's really slow. It's like not even a total
So you didn't
second.
bother just like turn it down a bit to like you just like no, I'm just gonna go full
what's
whack.
the best I can run this thing?
Yeah.
I'll try that and go and grab a coffee and see.
Oh, that is
we
fair.
get.
I'm surprised it didn't blow up, to be honest.
Well, it's still there now.
Yeah,
Go big or go home.
Yeah, go big or go home. That's giving me faith.
I was annoyed because I saw the RAM usage. I was like, I've paid for 48 gig of RAM. Why is he not using it?
Yeah, because it was what's the VRAM it uses, the virtual. I forgot how it works, and I've literally just learned through this.
I think I went for the one that's optimized for RAM, but again, I have no idea what I'm on about here. I just
So
went on Reddit.
Yeah, the RAM is what it's to host the model, because the 70B is about 40 odd gigs, 42 or something like that gigs. But then you need a VRAM or GRAM to actually run it, because it's all virtual stuff or what. I can't remember. There's people with bigger minds than mine.
It was you guys that got me into it, because you guys, we're just going to buy a load of Mac Minis and run it on there. And I thought,
Yeah.
okay, I'll just buy it.
So yeah, because we have the instance model, and that one doesn't run 70B. Okay, no, it does run 70B, but it runs 32B at a fast rate. So
okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, at a normal rate. So we put it down on 32, but we have put in commission for basically a mega stack, which is what we got to talk about later, because we want you lot involved with that one, which means you can possibly now open your market to localized those who work with sensitive data and they want more of a localized training model worked on. You can now do it here.
I mean, my current get around for that is to use Azure, because you can lock it down to say France or Spain, keep it within the EU and tick the GDPR political box.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure on this whole thing of why we don't trust America.
I think it's the political parties involved, and if something was to happen and something was to go wrong, it is simple as just a switch. Americans just can't just say no. Nobody wants to really trust their data with anything. And with the future of like what are the other powers looking like? Where are the alliances are? What does a future war look like? When it comes to quantum physics and quantum computers,
That's going to get scary.
Yeah, so if we don't have the data controlled here, if we can't lock it down quick enough and our data's in America and someone cracks America because they have a quantum computer that's able to do it, then that's our fault for having our data hosted over there, rather than if we knew about it first and we were able to have quantum preventive measures available to us by then we can protect ourselves rather than worrying why our data is in America and if they've got cracked and all that kind of stuff. So I get it from that political point of view, but yeah, I don't care about my personal data. Like the world knows me by now. Like, I'm on too many cameras. I'm on too many phones. My car has too many cameras. Like it's just a point. The government know who I am. I'm not doing anything too shady. I'm not
too shady.
It's fine.
Slightly.
If they want to look, like I said, when I was like 8 years old, I probably went to LimeWire. But other than that, there's nothing really.
When you mentioned the car, I'm actually more worried about when there's a breach in the Tesla code. It means our cars get driven into our shoulder or something.
So I've thought about that as well. Because
you can summon it from the phone.
Yeah.
Surely there's a way of controlling it remotely then.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why they haven't regulated the full self-driving yet. You still can't do proper full self-driving in the UK like you can do in America. So there's not that aspect of it. I think the UK is scared of what happens if a mass cyber attack was to happen.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole Netflix movie about that.
Is there?
Yeah.
What movie is this?
I can't remember what it's called. It came out last year. It's basically about what the modern apocalypse looks like.
Ooh.
And it's just a bunch of Teslas driving into each other.
That's interesting.
I mean, that was Fast and Furious a couple of years ago.
I stopped watching Fast and Furious after 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like 8 or 9.
It's a bit crazy with those.
Yeah, but I'm envisioning a world where not necessarily just Tesla, but every car is going to become autonomous at some point, because I was talking to Lawrence from Ionas, his car's sick. And every car is going to become autonomous, and they're all going to talk to each other. And then that will mean no more traffic, no less accidents on the roads, because every car will know what every other car on the road or on that pathway to your destination is doing. So which means it could navigate each other rather than the human fallacy of it all and just everyone just bumping into each other and I gotta get the kids to school and all that kind of stuff and turning into raging road monsters. The vehicles will just do it all for us. So you just literally plug it in like a taxi, which might destroy the taxi industry just a tad. Yeah, well, it might not, because not everybody's
It'll probably transform it. It will evolve into something else. Like you said before, you've had horse carriages and then they evolved into...
Well, not everyone can afford vehicles, and then there's public transport as well. People prefer to use public transport measures rather than having a vehicle standalone. So there is still a market for those who need to use it, or if you need to get kids to school but you've got to go to work here, then you can send them now in the taxi that you know will be safe because it'll be autonomously driven. There'll still be someone in the car, but it'll be driven to make sure that people get where they need to get to.
Yeah. That's in the ideal world.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
hope
a utopia.
Let's hope that is what happens and not the Netflix alternative.
I really need to see that Netflix.
It's called Leave the World Behind, I just remembered.
With Mahershala Ali and Ethan Hawke.
I'm not sure.
Is it Ethan Hawke? Look at me. No, that's been on my list to watch. I didn't realize it had all that in, so now I'll definitely go this weekend, put it on my list.
Cool. Well, that is an interesting note to leave it on. We're on Apocalypse. Woo. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Dan. It's been really interesting chatting with you. Obviously, we've known you for a while, but I don't feel like I've known you before today because I've learned so much about you today. So thank you very much for being here.
No, thanks for hosting. Great.
Cheers. And we'll see you all at the next one.